Some more of your phone calls coming up. Joe joins us now. Hey, Joe.
Hey, what's up?
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Spectacular.
I love it.
Yeah, but I don't have to do two-a-days or any of those. What do you have, gassers? Is that what they call those things?
We don't really do that anymore. That's kind of a high school thing or a college thing.
Oh, really?
We get off easy.
What's the worst drill you have in training camp?
Oh, shoot. Well, back in high school, it was all the stupid hitting drills you did, but as a quarterback, you don't do that stuff anymore, so there's not really any drills that you can really complain about. I'd sound like a big baby if I was complaining about drills.
The last time you got hit in practice was when?
Oh, my gosh. It was high school.
Last time you threw up in training camp?
I'd never thrown up.
Really?
Not that I'll admit, at least.
What about guys throwing up before games? Do you do that?
I don't do that. I mean, I see. You see it all the time, though. I definitely get a certain feeling, but I've never gotten to the point of even close to throwing up.
You're turning 30 this season. If you make the playoffs, you'll be 30 years of it. This went by pretty quickly here, Joe.
Oh my gosh, unbelievable! I don't care about turning 30. It is what it is, but I cannot believe I'm even close to 30 years old. You still feel like a 19-year-old. I can't believe it. It's gone by so fast.
How can a rookie impress you?
How can a rookie impress me?
Yeah.
Well, right now, the only thing that we have them doing besides football stuff is getting up in front of our team and singing. And most of the guys bomb and do a pretty bad job, but it's pretty impressive when guys have the confidence and whatever it is about them to get up there and stand in front of the whole team and do a good job at it.
Well, wait. So that's how they impress you, by singing their school song?
And they don't sing their school song. They sing whatever they want. We don't usually let them get off as easy as singing their fight song. It's just, it's just too easy. They have to put a little more into it. So, yeah, it's impressive because I'm terrible at that stuff, and I actually get embarrassed for them. And it's, I'm just sitting in the front row watching. And when somebody gets up there and does a good job, it actually does. It impresses me.
He's Joe Flacco, Ravens quarterback, joining us. Dan Patrick Show. How much fun is it for you to sit back and watch all of these quarterbacks, these young quarterbacks, Johnny Manziel, all the publicity, all the scrutiny? Do you enjoy it at all?
No, not really. I just kind of think back to when I was a rookie, and you think about your first game, your season game, and your first NFL game, and how it all came about. I think most of the time you just feel for all the guys that are going through it, but it is what it is. It's such a big game these days, and you just have to deal with it.
Rookies more clueless on the field or off the field these days?
I would say off the field. I don't know if it's clueless or if it's just the fact that they enjoy doing that stuff, but I would say off the field.
But you went to a team that had veteran leadership. Did it help that you had veterans there, or would it have been different if you had gone to a young team that was in a state of flux?
Well, Dan, for me, I think it wouldn't really matter. I'm a pretty low-key guy. I describe myself as being boring. I mean, I don't do a lot of stuff, so if I was to get in trouble, I don't know what it would be doing.
Well, and you bring up something interesting about the quarterback's demeanor. Nick Foles got ripped by the guy who wrote Friday Night Lights, did a profile of him, saying that he's basically boring, that he didn't have that leadership quality there. Do you get mad? I mean, how do you show leadership if you don't show it through your voice?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think that's the last thing that leadership is. I mean, leadership's all about is all about example. I think a lot of times the best leaders are guys that don't necessarily want to be the guy out in front. They're just the guy that is the best at doing it because they're the best at what they do. So, like I said, I think that your voice is the last thing that a great leader has. I think over time they grow to have that because they've been put in that position so much. But I think it all starts about I think it all starts with being good at what you do.
Why don't you start a boring quarterbacks club? You know, you get you, Andy Dalton, Foles, Eli Manning. What do you think?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that.
But I guess you just sit around and not talk to each other. That would be the club?
I'm sure it would take a while, yeah. I'm sure it would take a while. There'd be a lot of silence before we all opened up.
What was the conversation like at home with your wife during the Ray Rice situation? How intense did that get?
You know what? We didn't really ever talk about it in that manner. It was more of a, in my house, you more just kind of look at it in a way to see what you can do to help, or hope that they're doing okay. It never got talked about with me and my wife in any other manner than that.
Yeah, see, it did in my house. I think a lot of guys are like, your wife is saying, "How does this happen?" or "What happened there?" But that wasn't a topic of conversation.
No.
Huh. What about the locker room? How's everybody with the situation?
Everybody's been great. I actually talked to Ray. I never went up and approached asking him about anything, but me and him talked about a week and a half ago. We were kind of hanging out together, and he started talking to me about it a little bit, and I thought it was great. I mean, I think everybody's been great with it. He's been great with it, and we're all just trying to move on.
What's he need from you guys, Ray?
I think he just needs to have our support. I think he's shown us that he's working hard, and I think they've been working together, and I think at this point he just needs us to be a brother and support him in what he's doing and trying to get better.
What are the expectations for this team?
This team is going to be really good. Expectations are always high, but
would you tell me if you guys were going to be really bad?
No.
Okay. So,
but listen. I mean, we've had a good team, and we've been a good team for many years now, and you can tell when you go to training camp and the kind of practices that we've had, and I think how we feel as a group, it feels really good. And yeah, it's going to come down to how well we play on Sunday, and we understand that that's not an easy thing, but I really do feel like we have a good team.
Good luck the rest of the preseason. Stay out of trouble, and obviously don't say anything controversial, as you're known to do, Joe.
Yeah, all right, Dan.
Thank you, bud.
You got it. We'll see you.
Joe Flacco,